Remember, freedom is a choice. As long as you are human and you live in places like this, you have a choice. As such, you have a choice to not watch this video and instead go to one of my many fics like Sunset the Slayer, where Sunset proceeds to be a vampire slayer. Or Little Shop of Horrors, where Pinky finds a plant that turns out to be Audrey too. You can choose those and watch them instead. Or you can sit here and listen to me rant, complain, riff, and do all the other things that might annoy you. If you are annoyed by this, if you do not like it when I riff, and you choose to comment, please note, I will remind you that there was a video, there's a part at this beginning, right here, right now, that's telling you you didn't have to watch. As such, any complaints will be on your head. To the rest of you, welcome back to Friendship with Failure, Darkness of Dimensions by Mikey. Act 12, do what you must. Okay, I'm sorry you had to go this way. Poor Suyu. She was still horrible, saddened by Nobunaga's apparent rejection to at least talk things over. Then again, it was understandable why he refused at all. Yeah, I mean, they were only being nice, and they were only wanting to talk, and when he was alive, everybody was nice to him, they all cared about him, they all liked him, nobody was upset with him, nobody treated him wrong. The only downside was that his girl fell in love with somebody else. Yeah, I could totally see it. Oh dear, I've never seen anyone so heart-stalled. That's as close to a broken heart you could get. You also sighed, look, this isn't helping anyone at all. Can't reason it. He won't talk with us, and that's it. Better just let it go. For once, everyone agreed with him. Not that they approved of his being overly blunt, but that is Iyuasa for you. So you wiped the tears from her eyes and apologized to everyone. I'm sorry. Sorry for everything I put you all through, Carol. Suppose you needn't worry me anymore. Princess, said Kagome, but Suyu shook her head. I'll try. I'll be brave, Carol, and in time, perhaps the pain will go away. That's why her husband came from the palace. Having finished the negotiations, it hurt everything. Phil was sorry for his wife, but pleased he was trying to forget. All that said and done, there was no reason for Iyuasa and company to stick around. They still had an experiment to try. So I guess this is goodbye then. Really? I could have sworn this fic was 20-something chapters, but hey, if you want to end it earlier than that, Mike, I'm perfectly A-okay. A-okay. The door's locked. That means the fake is still going on. The other ponies bowed to the royal couple, and Iyuasa and friends did as well, before leaving the village, confident that no one would ever go after them again. So they all set off on their way to conduct the experiment. Do you really think it's smart to let them fend for themselves? asked Shippo. Yoga hopped onto his shoulder. Your feelings are healthy, Shippo. But we cannot simply look after the royal couple forever. They must agree to fend for themselves. And we must carry on our own quest. This reads like Miken's realizing that he cannot keep this up with the Iyuasa cast. Indeed so, agreed Miroku. Our quest to find and defeat Naraku requires much hardship. We cannot allow ourselves to be sidetracked for too long. Miken, are you trying to say that you realize what a mistake it was to bring in the Iyuasa cast into this fic when you noticed that they really had nothing to do with Nobunaga and Suyu, like, at all, and the story really had nothing to do with it, and they forgot them, and the whole entire episode was just a one-off, and nobody really thought about them ever again until you brought them up? Is this you starting to realize that writing them in was kind of pointless? And now you're just making up reasons for why they're here? Then I suppose our first move now is to transfer the police to Kagomi's time, said Sango. Hopefully, they can find some way back to their own world from there. The police all felt anxious that their experiment would work. They really hoped getting back home to Equestria real soon. Still, all four of them seemed silent. Is everything okay? Rarity tried to find the right words to say. It's just not what I mean is... Luna then spoke. Although we have known each other for a very short while, we are still grateful for all you have done helping us. It was certainly past living in the world. No big deal, said Yuasa. We're just useless way of living. How always been. Yeah, kind of figured that, muttered Rainbow. Well, this plan of ours doesn't work. We'll only pass through a well and end up in some other world. When that happens... Rainy came his gas softly, realized he's right. For all they knew, they could possibly wind up lost forever, never getting home again. Or they could be leaping from body to body, hoping that the next leap would be their leap home. Soon they all arrived at the well, and thus stared at it. The ponies were still skeptical about this. Even Kagami felt nervous. You don't all have to try this, she suggested. Luna reluctantly agreed with her. She's right. Perhaps I should go first. That way, if I were to fail, at least the rest of you should remain unharmed. Then if it should work, I can at least easily return and we can all go forth again. They can work. The ponies agreed, but still didn't seem too keen on the idea. But what if you don't come back at all? Cried Rarity. Well, the plan doesn't work if we use you. Luna was well aware of this. I agreed there's a risk at fall. Luckily, I put down my will that Pipsqueak gets all my video games. Figure out how to get back home to Equestria. You must try. I cannot ask you to put your lives in danger. No, Kane snapped. We should all go. We all came here, we can all go. Rainbow and Rarity agreed, though they felt rather crazy for doing so. Are you certain of all this? Asked Luna. You do realize there's a great risk, and that there may be no two of us. He also was growing annoyed. I can't take this anymore. No, look, I'll go with you all. That way, if anything does happen, we can be better prepared for it. The ponies were well aware that Iwasa was the only other member of the group that could pass through the well. They didn't feel that his presence would help Bunce. Indeed, Iwasa was thinking, maybe he'll finally shut up and do it already. Normally I agree with Rainbow Dacid's scenes, but right now, Iwasa is my man! After yet another moment of silence, the ponies all agreed to go. But first, they extended their goodbyes to the rest of the group. Words cannot express the protection and teaching you have given us. We're truly grateful for you helping us out. Good luck with your own quest, said Rainbow. Rarity had no words. They were good with goodbyes, but it was clear she was miss the others. They would all miss the ponies as well. We wish you all the best of luck. Should your plan work, said Raku. The air is all night. Come on, let's go already, grumbled Inuasa. Kagami growled softly, but Luna assured her. He is correct. We must go before we decide to change thoughts. She then caused both Kagami and Yuasa to stand together. They did so. Cuddling, of course, because that's who they are, because they love each other so much, and I love my Yuasa Kagami ship. They did so. Then Luna proceeded to cast her spell over herself and the other ponies. The magic was almost too blinding. Everyone covered their eyes to the light that got the care. Then all was quiet. Hey, where did it go? Asked Simple. They just vanished, said Sango. But Miyoka leaned on her shoulder. I wouldn't see that exactly. Most of the Iwasa Kagome. There, on their faces, were tattooed pictures of each of the ponies. All doing walk like Egyptian poses? Kagame's father was kind of neat. Iwasa was disgusted. What's this? He growled, trying to scratch at a picture of Rainbow Dash on his left cheek. Stop that! Mike is abusing this whole entire transformation thing, and it's getting dumber and dumber! All got to the pictures, Luna explained. As I said before, this spell should help us pass through the well, as we are attached to Kagami and Yuasa. The teleportation powers may let us through. Also, I think the author's running out of ideas. I am not! That sounds cool, I guess, said Kagami. Just the same, I hope it does work. I hate to think if it wouldn't. Rarity looked very worried. It was shuddered. What could exactly move? Let's get this now. Do it over with. Well, here goes then, said Kagami. She stepped up to the ledge of the well, and Iwasa stepped up with her. Then both jumped down to the bottom and passed through the dimensional warp. Beep! While in the Dark Zone in present day... Yay, present day! Oh, I hope I got something special. Oh. Only a day had passed. Davis and Beast Boy were prepared for their mission to bring the ponies from each of their respective worlds to the Dark Zone. Only then, from there, would they be able to return them all to Equestria, where they belong, and hopefully put all the end to all the trouble they have been causing. I'm worried about this, said Davis. The ponies that will be hanging around our old friends. Well, here's what you do. You wait. You watch from a far enough distance, and you wait. Then you grab them. Or, since apparently you need to stick to one universe, you let somebody else too. Yeah, I know what you mean, said Beast Boy. You seem like you evolved too. Lord was aware of the probability. If such things are unavoidable, we shall do what we must to put things properly again. You know, as much as I hate gods putting their hands into everything, hey, Erebus, maybe you ought to get off your ass. Boy's nodded, led to the professor's portals. Spike felt a little nervous, knowing the ponies would be coming here to the Dark Zone very too. Slight part of him was looking forward to seeing them again, but that was it. We sense your attention, Spike, the Lord said. If you wish, you do not have to be here on your friend's arrival. Spike shook his head. No, it's been bothering me long enough since I discovered you were gone. Unless I could do this much for them and help them get back to Equestria. Though I don't know why I should even bother. I mean, apparently it was all a misunderstanding and they wanted to be nice to me, but I don't for this to work, I need to be an ass. Closed his fist tightly, remembering the reason he came to the Dark Zone to begin with. Oh, you mean that whole entire bit was played out like a normal episode of MLP where Spike just had a misunderstanding and everybody just wanted to talk about him and he was just being a klutz and all that was required was to say we're sorry and then move on? You mean that bit? You mean that part where it was just like a normal, average, everyday thing? You mean that part? You mean that part where everybody was just, where you were just making mistakes, but everybody was willing to forgive you? You mean that part? Or was it that Rarity just decided to break up with you, and you decided to whine about it, and cry in your beer about how, oh, she decided not to love me, even though Ember exists, Gabby exists. So, no, Spike. You really don't have a reason for being here. Neither does Nobunaga compared to Beast Boy and Davis. I don't know why you're complaining. Nobunaga felt there was more to Spike's worry than seeing his friends. Naturally, he wouldn't have had to ask as it was playing. Spike was worried of the remaining 4 points that went to the field era. Spike looked at Nobunaga. Can you at least tell me they're okay after, Nobunaga linked to his alternate enemies of the past. Strangely, he could not find any other times he ran into the ponies since he tried to corner them. I do not understand. I know they were not down in any battle. I would have sensed the Sorbset's dark emotions. So do you help these people? Do you... Lord felt as well. In all the many eons I've been there, I've never sensed anything like it. What? In all the many eons I have been here, I've never sensed anything like it. What? In all the many eons I have been here, I have never sensed anything like it. You, a god, who's connected to many, many different dimensions, timelines, stories, where there have probably been people who have timeline hop, changed the past, have never sensed anything like Kagome and the other ponies leaping through a portal. You, who have people in the feudal era, do not know about Kagome leaping through the well? I would like to advise all of you to please put your volume down to the minimum level. For those of you who have sensitive eardrums. For those of you who do not have sensitive eardrums, please turn your volume up to the maximum level if you do not like your headsets. What? I get I... Ah! I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout. When I get all steamed up, pour me out. Tip me over and pour me out. Ding doo. I'm a wolf. I'm a wolf and I'm carrying my friend Minda. We're going somewhere. We're going cross country. Some people might wonder, why do I go through these? Because the spirit of Twilight is telling me to do these. You know what? You're an ass! He's talking to his pillow, kids. Somewhere, out there, I can feel it. It's a spirit that's telling me to be free. It's also telling me to bring my tired, my hunger, my poor, and my yearning spirit. Oh, it's Lady Liberty. Hi, Lady Liberty! I was once a ranger like you, until I took an arrow to my morpher. I can't get a replacement one because I haven't bought anything on eBay. Somewhere over the rainbow! I hate the madness. It's approaching me. You know, guys, I would be playing music over my insanity. But people over here tells me not to. He also says I'm loony. Okay. Moving on from that. Meanwhile, it was nightfall in the Dizzy Destin's world. No. I don't have all 3 volumes of Nightfall. Sorry. The entire gang was still out in the field, hoping to conduct their experiment. Ken will release the dark power he absorbed into the dark ocean, hoping it would attract Tavis' spirit. And Twilight would cast her magic, allow everyone present to see what Kyrie could see, so they'll all be able to see Davis too. Everyone else wondered the same thing. I looked over at Izzy. Don't look at me, I can't answer this. It's beyond my levels of programming. Look, Ken said. The only way for know for sure is to try it. I didn't go through all the trouble just not to do it. Neither did I, agreed Yoli. Kyrie looked a little nervous as she sat on a large rock, twiddling her fingers. Gallimon sat down beside her. You okay? Kyrie quivered softly, but nervously. She had not forgotten how pissed Davis looked when he scolded her. I'm worried, she said. If we actually confront him, he'll be madder than ever. So we just kick him in the balls! Gallimon didn't know how to respond to that. Well, I know this may not sound right to say, but... She paused. He always did have temperamental issues. He did. That's why he's a base-breaking character. Kyrie smiled weakly, remembering all the times Davis has freakouts. But still, they never were like this. She hung her head forward and sighed. As she looked up, she saw TK sitting by himself, obviously still sinking from earlier. When he saw Paimon part of the portal, but he could not be reunited, like she and Gatamon. She got up and walked over to her boyfriend. Okay, I really miss Paimon. He could come back. I don't know why he could. Clenched his fist silently and thought back what led to all this. Davis! This was the mix of his sadness and anger. But Curry placed a hand over the collar of him. She smiled at him lovingly. Dear. They piped each other softly on her mouth. What the probably thought was sweet. This time, Jim's mom finally made it to join the gang on their way home from work. Got your message, Jim. What's so important? Mom? Nope! Not gonna do it! Nope! No. I'm not gonna read this line. No, this is about as stupid as saying, meet these guys. They're the Transformers. No, we're Autobots. No! Bad, Mike. Bad! Go home! Do you know how awkward this dialogue sounds? Meet the My Little Ponies. TM, copyright. Ponies waited to bow to her. Jim's mom was there intrigued. Are these more of those Digimon that you hang out with? Again, I remind you what happened at the end of the movie, of the second series. Fine, poster. We heard your son. Have your son. Click, click. Oh, what's really bad? It hurt. Thank you. I know it was a little while back, but it still feels like it does happen, Davis. June and Ty held her softly. First, I felt herself tearing up. Because, gosh darn, this does seem sad. No, oh no, wait, no, it doesn't. Poor thing. She wept softly, showing her Ty to comfort her. Take it easy, Matoya-sama. What if we told you we brought you here so you could see him again, huh? The pony's not her. I know it sounds hard to believe, said Starlight, but what if we had plan works? Well, Now, Mama Desi. Do it, yeah! Do it. If I can see my son one last time, he'll help me. Jedi cleared his throat. Are we ready to begin? Ken shivered softly, but he snatched himself up to bravely take on this task. Stand back. Give me plenty of room. Everyone did as they were told, and Mimi started to shiver as well. Is this so frightening? She murmured. Jill held her hand. Easy now. This is why we're doing this. Ken then stood in the open space and held C3 up high. Whoa! Held C3 up. Whoa! Pulsing with dark light. At the same time, Davis appeared high above the sky. The sun sank over the horizon. The sky grew darker. Now, I gotta find those ponies, he said to himself. Figured they were probably tied to Kyrie. Typical of Kyrie to let the new friends in. Yeah, and? This is a character crate. And? So he's about to fly off. He went down the right side of the field high school where he used to go. Saw a huge burst of power surging in the sky. That's dark energy. What's going on? He flew straight down to investigate. Ken continued to float the dark energy up into the air, like he just didn't care. He was beginning to feel the strain on him. Ken! Cried Yoli. I'm okay. Kyrie, can you see Davis anywhere? Nope. Susan looked around. Doesn't see him either. It's only because Kyrie can see him, said Ty. But Twilight knows a spell that can help us. Well, more of a spell and more like sunglasses. Wait! Kyrie suddenly snapped. I see him. He's coming. No. That's just the main character for Jujutsu Kaisen. You guys kind of have a couple of curses right behind you. Yes, I just saw the first episode. Why you ask? Everyone looked up on impulse. No. If we're doing any DC jokes, that's the next part. Again, he couldn't see him. Davis came soaring in. Shit! He growled. He was really hoping not to run to all his friends, and worse, his mom and sister were there too. Remember what the Lord said. I have to do this. Well, not you specifically. I mean, there are other people. But why not? Kyrie pointing at Davis was, levitating directly above everyone. This is where Ken was forced in the dark beam. Now, Twilight, said Sorry Armor. Twilight closed her eyes tightly and concentrated hard. Now, she shouted, fired a huge beam of basic straight at Kyrie, right in the eyes. And thanks for your saying this. What? Did you know that? The light was perfectly harmless. It didn't hurt her vision. If anything, it fixed it. Kyrie, you still owe me $10, David Thunder. You had no idea what was Twilight doing to her, until the blast of light flashed off in front of Kyrie struck everyone else, including the ponies themselves. Davis covered his eyes from the bright light. When the light faded, everyone looked up. Davis! I see him! Everyone got to astonishment. I just believe it, said Jedi. Talk about a good fate, said Wormmon. Davis's family passed out in Ty's arms as he saw him. Whoa! Hey! How's it going? He held his girlfriend and mother up. As for Davis, he couldn't believe as he looked forward, all the gawking at him. The spell worked, said Starlight. But he was much too mesmerized by sight who saw. Davis, is it really you? Murmured Ken. He only looked up at Davis, and how unusual he looked. All the dark clothes he wore, but he himself was looking more and more frustrated. I swear, you look more edgy than Ken, somehow. Twilight approached him. Davis, is it? We don't want to hurt you. We just want to talk with you. You know, this reminds me of my problem with the battle with Batman and Superman on Batman v Superman and Dark Knight Returns. I.e., Superman just wants to talk and Batman fights him. It just reminds me of how pointless the fight is because all Superman wants to do is just talk. The guy puts Batman in a bad light because he's beating up a guy who's not really into the fight at all. Meanwhile, in the Titans verse, DC Comics presents a Wolfman Perez production. The sun begins rising in his city. Dick begins drinking from his mug. The new Teen Titans. Who is Donna Troy? And I just want to say right now, right off the bat, no, I am not going to do any constant reboot jokes about Donna's origin or how her new origin keeps changing, yada, yada, yada. Not going to do that, no. I'm going to leave that for Likara, who's far better at me than this, and for people who like to make fun of bad comics. No. You people, I'm going to get this straight this. You're actually going to get a serious reading of a Titan story, and you're going to get some good comics. Script by Marv Wolfman. Art by George Perez. Dick proceeds to pick up a photograph of Donna Troy and looks at her, smiles. He proceeds to walk around his room, sets up a tape recorder, and after looking at a picture of Starfire, his record. Personal report, September 6, 1983. Case of Donna Troy. Day 1. I grew up surrounded by a sea of faces awash with a myriad of emotions of all mankind. The wretched joy of circus goers, peggy fright of feeling friends, the warm tenderness of fast and good friends. So many faces, good, bad, indifferent, all drawing to me like some swirling tide about to suck me under. So days I had to come here. Dick, back in his Robin days, stands on a rocky outcropping overlooking the vast ocean. Before my mind explodes with confusion. Robin? Most of the time I can't escape. Hey, Terry. Terry Long, Donna Troy's fiance. Terry Long has an orange beard with Early's curly hair. He stands in front of Dick. Did I interrupt something? I was still standing here. I know, but did I interrupt? I'm used to it. What's up? You sounded worried over the phone. It's Donna. She's alright, isn't she? Of course she is, at least physically. As you know, Donna's been trying to find out who she is, who her real parents were. She feels that it would make a difference in our marriage, but it wouldn't change anything for me. I'd love her no matter what. Still, it's obviously important to her. Robin, you're about the best detective this college professor might ever get to know. I'd very much like to hire you to help find Donna and her past. I don't know why I ever thought to help. Of course. But I had to get Donna's okay first. I know Donna for almost 8 years since before we formed the first group of Teen Titans. I risked my life helping her. It's not worth your time, Robin. Inside Donna's apartment. I searched for years without turning up a single crew. Still, I'm trained to spot things other people miss. Honey, this might be your last chance. Let him help. But if I fail, nothing's lost. So let me try. Just tell me everything you can remember. That's part of the problem. What I remember can be fit into the head of a pin and still have room left over for an infinite number of angels. I don't have any memories before the fire. A flashback. Flames burning a small apartment. Young Donna lies in the flames, the heat soaring around her. I don't even remember that. I do remember the smoke, the heat, the bodies. I guess they were my parents. Except for her uniform. I don't even remember Wonder Woman. But I could still see her golden lasso sparkling so brightly through the fire. I also remember feeling so safe as she cradled me in her arms, carrying me away from the heat, away from the smoke, away from my parents. I guess the rest is history. She brought you to Paradise Island without checking your past? Well, she tried. The apartment I ran wasn't rented. The landlord said nobody lived there. Besides, Wonder Woman had me as playing as her legal ward. As I was with Batman. And only you never seemed as linked with your mentor as I was mine. Batman was more like your father. Wonder Woman was like my sister. She was always off fighting crime in man's world while I was raised by her mother, Queen Hippolyta. Trouble is, though I lived with the Amazons, I wasn't one of them. Not until their chief Salas, Paula, modified their life-restoring purple ray. Was siphoned off a small fraction of all their Amazon powers and gave them to me. Yes, purple ray. It's a thing in the old comics. Shut up. The Amazons took me in, to their homes, into their hearts. I had a wonderful childhood. Memories continue to play. Donna training with Wonder Woman. The Amazon way is both spiritual and physical. Mind and body is one. Their ways became mine. That's it. Everything I remember. There's no rosebud to hang my life on, is there? I guess the shock of the fire wiped away my memories. Sorry, I can't remember anymore. You did just fine, honey. Are you sure I should do this, Terry? Well, I haven't learned something that nothing you can learn can drive us apart. I love you. You could turn out to be Attila Hunt's granddaughter. It wouldn't change anything. So, I might not invite all your relatives to the wedding. Well, are you ready? I guess so. I had to admit I'm a little scared. Thanks, Robin. Just let me know what your fee is. Forget it. This is my engagement gift. Come on. The three of us can begin work right now. No, you two should handle this alone. I won't be in your way. Just do your best. Believe me, Terry, I will. I always wondered what Donna saw in such an ordinary man as Terry Long. He watched this as Donna and Terry began a long, soft kiss. At that moment, I knew. The door closes. What now? Let's go back to where you were found. Frankly, I thought it was torn down months ago, but then Perry found these in the papers. Let's meet there tonight. I got something to do. Ceremonial plans finally approved. Got buildings to follow, paving way for future. Helping Donna took my mind off my own problems. I've been so confused over it. Still, by running with the vigilante made me realize I had certain values I couldn't compromise. My success in teaming up with the Outsiders and Batman proved I didn't have to live in Batman's shadow forever. Donna, now dressed in her Wonder Girl garb, walks with Dick through the ruins of an empty building. You know, even if we don't learn anything, I'm glad this whole place is being turned down. It's a constant sore reminder of what I missed. But she'd miss. Guess it's hard for everyone to shake off past tragedies. Move on to the future. I've shifted through the rubble a dozen times. But I have it, and I've got the blueprints. Why bother with them? There's nowhere left to check. You never know. These old places were built with hidden rooms. Come on, I never come across one. This is why I dug up the blueprints at City Hall. Ah, here's something. Before gas or oil, homes were heated with coal. Voila! Dick begins to unlock, using his keys to pull open a door. A coal bin. If I can pry this plank loose... Bingo! Found a box. Robin, what could that possibly have to do with me? Maybe nothing, maybe everything. Inside is a doll, scorched and strained with AIDS. My lord, Donna. I don't know, Dick, but seeing makes me feel strange. It's the most important thing in my life. But Hera, help me. I can't remember where I've seen it before. So why does it make me feel so good? Couldn't find anything else, so we moved on. Look, I told your girlfriend she was here last time. I don't know anything. Sam, rest his soul, he was a creep. They begin talking to a blonde-headed man as he plays with his dog. Had his finger in every crummy pie there was. Think we'd be rich, right? No way. He makes some money, loses on numbers. Worked for me and lost a lousy apartment too. Look, I already said all I got from Sam was his bills. So leave me and King alone. You have any idea who was living in the apartment? Or why a doll was found in your coal cellar? Mrs. Channing, anything at all might help us. Please try to remember. It's important to me. Sam couldn't have fired anything. Always up to something bad, that's all I know. Doll was disappointed, and I had to admit I wasn't all that thrilled either. It's not over yet, Donna. Sure it is. All we've got is a doll. I seem to have known, but I don't know how. All I got are fake memories that mean nothing. Somewhere in my head, I've got a past I've got to leave in the past. Well, it hurts, Dick. You lost your parents like I did. But at least you know who you really are. What did my mother call me? Who was my mother? Or my father? was he going to begin this? Donna's voice quavered as I remembered when we first teamed up. I could have easily fallen in love with her then. Inside his apartment, Dick uses his microscope to begin looking through the doll, using every bit of his evidence, his detective abilities, and everything he ever knew that he was ever taught by the world's greatest detective. Now, years later, I knew I did love her, more than I could ever could if I only were her lover. For her sake, I had to find her past. I retired to my lab. Confident Batman taught me well. In the box there were scraps of fabrics I carefully pieced together. On some of the scraps there was lettering. I worked for days, spraying each millimeter of the fabric with special chemicals until the parts of the 7 layers were revealed. And I fed the layers to the computer and programmed them with known words, taking into account proper spacing. It took 7 hours and 36 minutes before the combination clicked into place. Hello, my name is Donna, and I gasped when I did. Donna. Her name actually was Donna. Perhaps it was the doll's name, or the name of the person who gave it to her. Either way, it was a clue. One more than I had before. I thanked heaven as I returned to the doll. There was some fairy layering on its stuffed leg. Gently, I cleaned the frayed cotton, then applied the solution I used before. Step by step, never hurrying the procedure and risk ruining the fragile fabric. It took another day and a half before the layers were raised to the surface. From Uncle Max and Mystic Mountain, Newport News. My first thought was to tell Donna the good news, but I decided against it. She had enough disappointments. No, I called her if I learned anything important. And so, Dick takes a plane, flying off to the location of that shop. Can I just say that this story happens to be one of my favorite Teen Titans stories and one of my favorite Robin-centric stories, if only because it shows what Dick has learned. Oh, yeah, the Titans, they're, getting the crystal, they talk about tricks and pointing out how Beast Boy was an asshole and trying to talk about it, and they enjoy the sea air, and they started talking to Raven, and Raven tries to use her abilities. They try to use it to see Beast Boy, to use the power to find him. Of course, Beast Boy is being, Beast Boy, asshole, and everybody's like, oh no, I've never seen him singing before. And Beast Boy's like, oh yeah. And Beast Boy, of course, being the petulant jerk. Meanwhile, in Gummy's world, Elsie and Yuasa appeared in the well and climbed up, with the ponies still tattooed on their faces. Worked! We all made it. The ponies began to cheer for joy and relief. As soon as Kagami and Yuasa stepped outside, in the sunlit, Luna uncast her spell, and the ponies all appeared in normal forms. Well, right. Thank goodness we made it. Luna and Kias all looked around at this new world they were in. It was just different than the Field era, or Equestria altogether. It was different than the Field era in Equestria. Amazing. Astonishing? Even Las Pegasus was never this big. Considering it's Tokyo, yeah. Kagami chuckled softly, but he was pointed out. So we got you all here. How are you supposed to get back home? He's right. I don't see how we could possibly get to Equestria from here. Well, we could fly over. Luckily, most of them can fly. So I think we got all flyers here. We got Luna. We got Cadence. We got Rainbow. The only ones that can't fly is Rarity. Then we fly over to Caroline High and go take it from there. Suddenly, a voice came out of the gang. Kagami! Inuyasha! It was Kagami's brother, Sota. What are you doing here? Just returning from school, jogging out to the mall. He always was excited whenever Inuyasha came to, but suddenly he stopped when he saw the police. Whoa, more demons? Rainbow and Rarity felt offended being called demons. I'm assure you, they are not demons. Me, on the other hand, Sota was awestruck. Well, did you talk to you? He just couldn't help but giggle at Sota's innocent. Oh, brother. Do we really have to go through these intros again? Please say we don't. I don't need to. Suddenly, Luna looked at the sky, saw to her astonishment. Nobunaga? Huh? Luna looked at the sky, but Luna could only see him overhead. Nobunaga was shocked and slightly horrified. Ugame? Yuasha? It was them. And they had the 4 ponies from the 500 years ago to alter his memories and timeline. I don't believe it. What are we doing? What are we looking at? Luna narrowed her eyes to her big glow. Not this time. What's going on? Long story, Sota. The other ponies couldn't do nothing to help. Rainbow had no magic to use. Keys and Rarity only knew dark magic could affect Nobunaga, but Nobunaga was proving to be slicker and more elusive than ever. Saw a dark angel for centuries. This has got to stop, Nobunaga thundered. Realized what he could do to put things right and stop the ponies from causing him any more trouble. Which is just them using magic. So you just teleported them back home? He, Davis, and Beast Boy, all 3 of them, at the exact moment, raised their hearts above their heads and shook them like they don't care. Hands began to his glow with dark aura. What's happening? What's he doing? Shouted Pike. The boys created portals like black holes, which began to suck. What's going on? It's a transdimensional warp. Everyone felt themselves falling through a remarkable yet dizzy ride through a series of dimensional warps, vortexes, passive mist colors. And we're doing what I would do. Whee! Then finally the crowds landed in the most dark and foreboding place. It was darkest night. Darker even. Too dark! Too dark! I can't see a thing! Skies were covered with dark clouds, with hints of dark purple streaks. However, since this is all dark and totally dark and black and eerie, it lacks any personality, it lacks any type of context, it makes it look dull and uninteresting. It doesn't make it look scary, unless you're my riffers, who actually joke that they are scared by some of these places in this dark, evil aura. They're actually scared about parapets, people. Ooh, it's a dark castle. Ooh, spooky. There was darkness and more darkness. The grounds were dry and covered with dark purple and gray sand. No vegetation of plant whatsoever. There was mountain in the distance. Eerie winds whistling sound. Ooh, spooky. Ooh, scary. I'm so scared. Oh. However, since this was nothing but black and black and black, again, bland and uninteresting and dull as dishwater. The cursed island of Lodos, this is not. This is not even Mamo. All 3 groups nearly gawking a hold of darkness around them. What's this place? Celeste's ears twitched. Twilight? Sister! The pony groups all turned to face each other and their faces lit up with joy. They all huddled together, exchanged hugs, delighted to see each other again. Gibbs was happy to reunite with her family. Oh, flurry heart. She cuddled the crying baby close to her and hugged her husband and sister-in-law. The 2 sisters hugged, and Luna noticed, Sister, you crawled. Your necklace. Never mind. Yeah, it's not really important either. Suddenly, the eerie winds captured their attentions, and they or the other groups were shaking with fear. Really? The other groups? Really? The other groups are shaking with fear. By eerie winds? The Titans, who've all faced the devil, are scared by eerie winds. Oh, God. Really? Alyssa, who's faced worse things, it's like, oh, eerie wind. Ooh. Oh, God. And what gets me is that somewhere out there are going to be people out there who are going to say, well, yeah, that's supposed to be scary. To which I say, if you're scared by eerie winds in a black location, grow a backbone. There are less scarier things than just ooh, ooh, oop, oop, ooh. If you really are scared by that, Remind me to show you on the passing by panels a picture of an evil black kitten. You'll be alright now, Soda. You'll be fine. Soda, who apparently was just a bystander. Okay, seriously? Nobunaga, why did you grab them? Why couldn't you just pick and choose? You know, I've never seen a place like this. He sniffed the air hard. Place reeks of death. Yeah, you lost. It's not like you've been to a graveyard before or a place where your dad was buried. Soda only hugged his cried hard. Yuasa! Cried Kagome. The Disney Destin and friends all felt chills running down their spines. This place is dark. Thank you. Meanwhile, for some odd reason, the Digimon who have faced worse than this are holding each other whimpering. And Kyrie and Ken Yoli are beginning to freak out softly due to their hate of the dark. Shouldn't that be being enraged? June and her mother woke up slowly after fainting. What happened? Why are we the fuck are we here? Go to the eerie skies. It's night. We must be in that Dizzle world. That's Dizzle world, corrected Jedi. No, that's not where we are. Why are you here? I don't know. Izzy's computer was dead, wouldn't work at all. Can't even tell where we are. Cyborg's computer was also out of action, but his power cells were holding up the line. Well, that won't help us. The other Titans all looked around. Raven, perhaps you know this place? No, never seen anything like this before. We weren't even part of this story for most of the minute. Why are you even doing dialogue for us? Yeah, you're right. I'm skipping your scenes. What? Come on, guys. They haven't shown up all for the past 13 chapters. I've been reading Teen Titans comics for every scene that they've been in and that they popped up. Seriously, by this point, I don't even see why I bother. I can seriously replace them with anything. Actually, now that I think about it, I could probably replace the Titans with almost any character out there and they would be better for it. But instead, I'll probably just replace them with something. Celestia tried to make her horn glow instead more light in the darkness, but it didn't work at all. My magic! Starlight and Twilight tried. They got nothing. Starfire tried to hold him a star ball in her hand. I cannot make it work. Our powers do not function here? That's right, said a voice behind her. It was Beast Boy, and he was with Nobunaga, Davis, and Spike? Said Twilight. Spike just sneered her. Hi, hello, Twilight. It's been a while. I would be normal, Spike, but I'm acting so out of character, I might as well be something else. Randy's eyes lit up. Oh, Spike, is it really you? For once, Spike did not seem to throw out her curled hair. What is all this? Ty suddenly spoke up. Where are we? Why did you guys bring us here? We were only going after the ponies, replied Davis. The fact we took you with us could be help. Bullshit! Well, maybe it was for all the trouble you've been causing us Dark Angels. Trouble that could have been avoided if you guys just floated over there and used somebody else. Dark Angels! Asked Mati. Oh, you. Look, it's either that or start bringing in Fox Magana. Everyone looked around and saw more and more creatures that looked exactly like the quartet, only they were black toned and no faces. Ah, early Ruby! One of the sentries approached everyone, credits to the quiet quartet. Sorry, something got in my throat. The Lord has summoned you all to prepare before him. The Lord? Please, the Lord! Squeaked Fireside as he felt her knees getting so weak with fear as he nearly fell over. Fireside's like the only one I count. Spike rolled his eyes. Ass! Just call with us now. He and the other Dark Aces walked off. Well, he's rude for a shrimp. said Inuasa. Kagami agreed with him. We better do as they say. The boys were most upset with Spike's attitude. Dang straight, as they should be. Sorry, said to Twilight. Twilight's feeling instant down on Spike. Kari looked down ahead at Davis's back facing her. Wanted to try to talk to him, but seeing the angry expression, he turned away from her. How furious it was before everyone went to his place. He decided against it. The Titans all walked closely together, in their own group, while the other groups stayed together. But Keyleth suddenly stopped to look down at the dark rocks in the ground, and how neatly smooth as they were caved. So he reached out to take a small face when Beast Boy slapped her hand. In response, Keyleth backhanded him. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit you like that. Ow! Why? Well, you slapped my hand, and it was my apologies. But in the fic, Beast Boy is being a brat! He slaps her hand, going, "Don't touch anything," he growled at her. "How do you like it?" Let me repeat this, because I think this is hilarious. When Beast Boy slapped her hand, "Don't touch anything," he growled at her. "How do you like it?" Do you know what this is? This is the equivalent of an 8-year-old getting reprimanded and then finding a way to do a callback, which Emma goes, "There, you see? How do you like it?" It's just... It's hilarious. This is literally how a child thinks. This is a child mentality you're looking at. There, how do you like it? I am this close, people, to start reading Beast Boy. Not in my normal Beast Boy voice, but as Superboy Prime. That's how I feel. He was referring to that time in Tokyo when she gave him the same understandable but harsh courtesy. If it was understandable, then why is he acting like a brat? Keyleth just shook her head and walked away. Finally, they were on a spot. Sentry and a quartet bowed to their ruler, but all others were confused. "It's nothing but a ball of black." "Insolent fool," jeered Naga. "Well, look, if all you're seeing is a black leg, or a black cloak, or whatever, you're going to think it's just all black. Look from another perspective and you shall see." Everyone looked up, and away! Woo! A gasp of amazement. The Lord was an incredibly enormous dark being, more than twice the height of Camelot Palace. So, Chernobog. The blackness everyone was look was just a massive trail of energy, like a genie's well reports of energy. We call that smoke, dude. And you do know genies have legs, right? The Lord's entire body was pitch black, with lines of faded sparkles indicating the edges. Oh, sorry, what was that? Pitch black with sparkles? Mikey, no one with common sense thinks that a person with sparkles on his edges looks intimidating. Nobody in real life would think that if you have sparkles around you, you look intimidating. Well, maybe you do, but I really, really do think you're scared of a little black kitten. And I swear, I'm this close to making the entire montage black kitten related. As a matter of fact, way up top, his head alone had to be the size of a house. On the top of his head were shapes resemble antler horns, and his eyes glowed a dark gray. Wait, is that an elf from Discworld? It is! It's a freaking elf from Discworld! I was not expecting this to be a Discworld crossover, but okay. I'll let you know I have never read nor watched anything related to Discworld, but I'm okay with this. Perfectly still and silent as a mountain. There was not a single person or pony in any of the three groups that weren't wrought with fear and trembling at the sight of the Lord. Oh God! You're serious! You're serious with this line! I need a moment. I need a moment for this one. Okay, so let me get this straight. The Titans have gone off against the devil, a powerful being with 4 eyes, a red, godlike being that sent them to hell and back. And this scares them. A guy cloaked in all black. Ooh, spooky, scary. And I repeat, there have been some people who complained about how I don't think that the Black Castle at End of Ends was scary. And I think it just looks cheesy. Or how I think some of the darkness things that showed up in Mike's other works aren't scary. But, ooh, spooky. Did he tested? Maybe. Just pushing it. And Yuasa has faced off against an immortal being. And this is scary. Ooh, I have horns. I sparkle. Ooh. Frieza is an intimidating villain. And he's scary. Because he's unstoppable. This guy is literally just sitting there. Sparkly. Sparkles aren't scary. Black is not scary. Being a black shade is not scary. You gotta do something to earn the fear. All this is just a man sitting there. No, I don't think Inuyasha would be scared of him. Inuyasha would just be thinking he was a chump. But that's what shonen characters like Inuyasha do. They don't care about these big bad guys. Alright, saying Inuyasha is scared of this guy is like saying Goku would be scared. But you wanna know what Goku would actually say if he saw a big scary guy like this? I'm gonna punch him. You wanna know what Luffy would say if he saw that guy? Are you pooping up there? If you don't think Luffy wouldn't ask that question, you don't know Luffy. Naruto would be getting ready to punch him. Any hero would not be intimidated and scared of this bozo. Nobody would. Why? Because he sparkles. Inuyasha would be mocking him. But hey, maybe this is what scares Maiken. In which case, I do hope he crosses Twilight. Hey, what are these vampires doing in sunlight? Oh my god, they're sparkling! Ah! They're sparkling and it frightens me!